better cheers me.
Cheers, Gina.
Cheers. Hey,
welcome to the podcast. This is
thank you.
Packin a Can with Dean Stanfield. We have the wonderful, the beautiful, the only Gina the Hyena.
That's me.
In the podcast studio today.
Yay.
The studio, the swamp. We're back in the swamp. That's what we've decided the studio is called.
Under the bridge.
Under the bridge. We got the biggest. We got the biggest. We got the ugliest. We've got the wartiest troll. That's. We're so mean to him.
Yeah.
We are so mean to him.
And he doesn't even have riddles.
He doesn't. Like, that's the bullshit part. Like, if you're going to have a troll...
You just have all the gross parts.
He's just boggy. This is all he is. He's just dirty. And then sometimes he crawls out of his little cave.
Always asking for gold.
He's always asking for, gold.
That's what they call Coke now, right?
I didn't want to say it. But you said it. No, I don't feel like it's my fault. Anyway, where does the hyena come from?
Okay.
So most people, I've not. So hyena, what is your? I always said Manetti, and I felt really bad because you never corrected me.
Oh my god, and that's Kevin's last name.
I know. And there's no relation. Like I did not figure. I just knew you were Italian.
Yeah.
And Manetti's kind of Italian, and so I just kind of.
It's Fortunato.
Fortunato.
Yeah. So.
But you never go by. It's always.
I know. I actually have a joke about it. That's somewhat true. Ooh. Because I was like allegedly involved in some risque things in New York, so I never go by my real last name.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like that.
Mobster shit?
Me, allegedly.
This has got 5 followers, so you could be risking something.
You never know. You never know. I only had like 800 on my other side gig, and I got caught, so.
Oh, no way. So it's like something legit?
Yeah, it's something legit, but also, so my last name is actually like pretty dope. It means lucky in Italian.
Okay.
Yeah, my great-grandfather was an orphan, and they found him on a doorstep. Yeah, but
so the just hyena, made up his own name?
Oh, yeah, so they just called him Fortunato because it meant good fortune.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's super legit.
Right? And came over on a boat.
I don't think many people actually know where they got their names from. That's really cool that y'all have.
I'm third generation. Like, he came over on the boat. So I, 100% know what I am.
He came over on the boat and they just dropped him off on a doorstep?
Oh, no. He was found on a doorstep in Italy, grew up, came over on the boat. So that's why it's like when people are like, I don't really know too much about my ancestors, or I'm like 7th generation, Texan or whatever the fuck. I'm like, oh, no. I know exactly where the fuck. Like, I know the doorstep. Yeah. I know exactly where I'm from. I don't need to pay for no test.
Before that,
I don't need to spit on anything. Yeah. But yeah, before that, who knows what the fuck? He might not even be an Italian, but. Yeah. But besides my temper and how loud I am, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. That's pretty good indicators.
I'm pretty sure. It's like the hoop earrings and the dark hair might also give it away. Oh, but man. The hyena thing came from I didn't want to use my real last name.
Okay.
I actually studied animal behavior in college. Oh, okay. I studied animals and shit, and I was always like, okay, hyenas are super resourceful and ferocious and shit, but they laugh a lot, and I have a really loud, annoying laugh. Yeah. And it rhymes.
It does.
And then I was always literally.
And if you're doing comedy, so did you pick it for comedy or did you pick it before comedy?
I picked it before comedy for my other side gig that I had before comedy. Okay. I hear you, girl. This is a good one. And then, but I was literally upset 5 years ago because I really liked working out and I used to do MMA stuff and then I hurt my shoulder.
Did you really?
Yeah. And then
what kind of MMA stuff?
I did jujitsu. I did boxing. I did literally picking up body bags, hammer fists. I can throw an elbow and a back fist. It's
super fun. I miss it so much.
Super fun. And a friend showed me wrestling, and then I literally got mad at my parents 3 years ago, and I was like, why didn't my parents tell me that I could have grown up to be a pro wrestler? I was like, why were they you need to be a nurse or something stupid like that? I was like, it would have been cool to have parents that were if I was I want to be a pro wrestler, then I was like, if I had a wrestling name, it would be GINA HYENA. Yeah. So now I'm just rolling with it for my comedy name.
Yeah.
I'm using it for something. Fuck it.
Yeah. And then you have your followers. We call ourselves the Hyenas. It's a group of 5 of us. A couple of them been on the podcast. Y'all saw Skinny Little Manetti was on here a little while ago. Aww.
Yeah, no, he's Italiano. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's the only, and he's Irish as well. Half Irish, half Italian.
Didn't we all can you agree that you probably think Manetti has probably the biggest dick out of
everyone? Yes, for sure. I don't know. Right? I've never seen him in shorts, and I'm pretty sure it's because I think I'm wobbling.
It's just
the bottom.
It's a vibe.
Yeah. I don't know. He's just got that like bad lumbar, you know, where it doesn't make any sense because he's not big. Like it makes sense if I was always like, oh my back, but he's just got this skinny body and he's always just kind of like walking.
Nobody's
out,
like that comfortably like goofy without having like
without just a huge
big dick energy.
Yeah, he's got some BDE.
Yep,
he's got
hardcore.
some and then those women he pulls.
Yes.
Did you see that hot blonde that was there?
Yep.
Yeah. And then she was there, and then you're like, oh yeah, well, who are you with? You know, I'm like,
she's like,
there's a hot girl.
one.
I'm always just assuming, if. And I don't
like,
know
you
it's Spencer.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
Oh, really?
Just like flocking towards Spencer for some crazy reason.
Yeah, who knows?
Let's talk about that guy for a minute.
Okay.
Spencer.
God.
Such a piece of shit, right?
I literally got into an argument with Spencer once.
What?
I like
once? That's it?
We all like hang out and like it was just so stupid because I was definitely like projecting some shit onto him, which I was like, damn, I'm totally just like having a girlfriend fight with Spencer. So like
he's the one to have a girlfriend fight with, you know?
So what had happened was we were all driving to Colleen and it was like me, Miles, Kevin, and Spencer, and it was like, oh, this will be fun. I haven't seen the boys in like forever.
Yeah.
And like right now I'm not working. So I have 3 gyms. So I was going to On It. I go to Lifetime. Wow. I was just joined Orange Theory just because like I live above it and like I need to do more cardio because I'm like getting kind of thick.
If you're looking for a thing just to do cardio,
yeah, but I literally live above it.
Shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I like honestly like I think it's kind of like
a great gym. I went. My mom goes. It's like I think it's for women, but you go in there. And you got like women that are kicking your ass. Like it's cool to see that. I'm like, if you're a competitive person, there's no better gym to go
like
to.
The splat
it's literally
points
like
thing?
a fucking video game.
Oh yeah,
I
I used to date a rugby player, which was like a whole ass thing. But he was like very fucking competitive, and he was like probably like 6'4", like 240, like fucking big dude. And so I brought him, and we were both competitive. So it was like. If I was running typically like a 7 on a treadmill, it was like because he was there and he was like running an 11. I was like, well, fuck that. I'm running a 9. I literally almost threw up like 4 times at Orange Theory.
Yeah.
And they're playing like Katy Perry and shit. Like, who do you think wrote that? Because Katy Perry's got some like bangers like that. Like she makes music for like people that are going through something. Because she's got that plastic bag one.
Oh yeah.
She's got the firework one.
Listen, I'm sorry, but if I'm having a bad day,
are you a firework?
I'm a firework kind of guy.
Okay, you're not a plastic bag.
Miley Cyrus? No, I'll fucking turn on some Miley Cyrus. I'll do the whatever. They're uplifting songs, you know.
Yeah,
like, I feel like I can do something with my life.
Who do you think writes all those?
A piece of shit.
Like, who do you think is like the master of like writing?
Surely, there's somebody.
Oh, I thought I was like, who is Shirley?
No, don't call me Shirley. Shirley, like I'm sure that she came up from the bottom. I'm sure she wrote some of her songs.
You think Katy Perry wrote them?
I think some of them. I would say.
Ozzy, can you pull that up? Where is?
Oh yeah, where is our?
Does our swamp
troll know It's gonna be so long for him to like draw it out in the mud. In his little like mud bog boy computer.
He's got shells or something.
We'll have to look that up.
He's gonna ask a toad. I got into an argument with Spencer.
Okay, you got an argument with Spencer. Let's hear about
and it was like
Spencer piece of shit Cavins.
Yeah, Spencer scumbags Cavins.
Spencer scumbag Cavins. Okay, good.
Scavins.
Spencer Scabbins.
Spencer Scavins. So I literally like projected some like girlfriend shit onto him because we were riding and I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see all the boys again.
Yeah.
And he was like, Gina, because I was talking about going to like the gym and then doing like doubles and going to the sauna because I also go to like this place called Generator. It's like a sauna ice bath place. And he was like, why do you have...
You have 5 jobs, or you have 5 things that you go to, assuming you have memberships to everyone.
This is what he asked me.
Okay, I was just going through my head. I was like, you don't have a job, but you're doing 9 different gyms.
He was like, Gina... and
it's not cheap.
And I live downtown. So he was like, Gina... where does your money come from? And I was like, Spencer, that's so fucking rude to ask. And I got like, I like snapped at him. Yeah. And like all the other dudes felt like really uncomfortable. So it was just like,
it's also like, Miles and Manetti. Like they're uncomfortable as it is.
So it's like,
they came out of the room uncomfortable.
Because also like Spencer comes from money.
Yeah.
And like, he's
a little rich boy. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, so it was like, I projected some shit because I was like, if my family came from money, I would have gone to med school. But I've fought so hard to like graduate, pay off my student loans. And then I tried to do like pre-med courses and I always had to like pay, like work full time, drive out to school at night. And it'd be like, I could only do 1 at a time. Like I took organic chem when I came here and there's like 3 more. And then I was like, I could never afford med school. So I projected this all onto Spencer. And I was like, you don't ask that just because like your dad's like successful. And then like, it was like squashed. right? Because it like made no sense because everybody's like, wow, Gina just fucking snapped for no reason. I woke up the next day mad at Spencer. I woke up the next day, I like hit him with a paragraph.
He's easy to stay mad at though.
He's just got that face.
I know, and that body.
Just fuck that guy.
Just everything. The personality
fuck that
about
guy.
it. Fuck that guy. He's such a piece of shit.
But yeah, those ears. I mean.
So Katy Perry wrote or co-wrote every song that appears on her first 4 solo albums.
Okay, but is Firework on one of those albums?
I feel like she was like, hey, we should say Firework twice on the ending part of that. I co-wrote
Firework.
Yeah, Fireworks, baby, you're a fire.
Yeah.
Listen, let's be honest. Is that really that hard of a song to write?
No, we could probably write it. We could,
Right now, you and me, we could probably write a banger out. Like, just like fucking.
What's like a thing
right
that
here.
like
Boom, boom, boom.
brings out like, oh no, fuck you, Ozzy, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it right now.
Okay.
It's gonna be a banger.
So what's
Ready?
like what is a thing that like inspires? Like I mean, there's like obviously like a rocket.
Oh yeah, rocket
What
ship.
else? Like a flower blooming.
Ooh, there it is.
Ooh.
Like maybe
Sunflower is a good one.
Yeah. Getting up early in the morning and making your bed. No, that's kind of bad.
You
Get up in the morning and make your bed. We'll just make like bangers for
little kids.
Sun City or not Sun City. What is it? Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Get up in the morning and make your bed. Get that bread
Out of your head.
Out of your head. Don't do cocaine, kids. Woo!
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was some Katy Perry shit.
Yeah, that was some Katy Perry shit. So, GINA HYENA, where are you from?
I am originally from Massachusetts, heroin like capital of
Boston, Mass, somewhere
Western Mass. There's about 4 documentaries.
There's so many people from Massachusetts.
I've heard
doing
that.
comedy right here. Craig Fergola.
Craig Fergola is from Maine.
Mike Hudak.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Mike Hudak is?
Okay, here's the problem. Like everybody knows everybody's names, and y'all just seem like a bunch of white dudes to me. And so
I
it's
guess
like
that's true.
obviously you all
After
know
a
my
little
name
while-
because I'm like.
Do you know who Andre Ricks is?
Yes.
Okay, you know who Andre Ricks is.
Yeah. Like because I mean I'm like one of the few women and my name rhymes, so it's pretty easy to remember.
One of the few women. Let's talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I get to be in situations like this.
yeah. Sorry.
Right? Did it to myself. No,
so in comedy, like, okay, so I always hate when like female comics, like we'll be talking to female comics. There's only like a few, right?
Yep.
And so we'll be talking and we'll be like, oh, Juicy L, like Andre Ricks is doing really good. Hunter Duncan's killing it lately. Like
Yeah.
Jimmy Kerrigan, he's got this great set. And then sometimes like we're talking around that like just a few of the female
And you're just like,
comics,
wow, Gina's the
and they're
best
like,
one.
oh, for sure, yeah, all the time. And then and then they're like, you didn't mention any of the female comics. I'm like, well,
none of them are crushing except for
the
GINA HYENA.
5 that are here, like
Yeah.
SP was crushing it, and then she took off,
Yep.
And like, there's some good, like Sarah Klein is a
Yeah.
good joke writer, really good joke writer.
Yep.
And then
Yeah, she has a
besides
good one
that-
about push out game. That's always what I think of.
Oh
when I think of
yeah.
Sarah
Pull
Klein.
out couch. She's also got the pull out couch one.
She's got the pull out couch, and then she's got the one that she's like, ladies, can we talk about our push out game?
Yes.
And I was
yes.
like, yeah, she's a good writer.
Yeah, she's a good writer. And but just like hers leads very heavily towards women.
Yeah.
But she also does a really great tie that, I mean, it can also make me laugh,
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
like a dirtbag guy. Like
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't just make it, because there's a lot of female comics that like only like preach to the women's side, like try to
Okay,
make
yeah.
women
So
laugh.
this is what's weird about me. Also, I need to claim that I always claim New York instead of Massachusetts because all of my friends from my high school are like dead, and I moved when I was 19, and I moved here about a year and a half ago from New York. So I lived in Manhattan for 10 years. So I always say New York because I'm like, if you pictured me in high school,
So you had to change your name, and all of your old friends are dead.
all of my friends from Massachusetts are dead from heroin. It's like, you could read that in the paper.
Yeah.
But the New
That's
York
just
thing
there.
is just like all my formative years, all my 20s were in New York, and they're crazy. So I always claim New York. But so talking about female comics and how they typically preach like a lot of feminism, a lot of stuff like that. And that's where
Which is good. I'm
I
not saying
find
it's bad, but I
that mine are not like that. Like I literally have a joke about how I'm not a feminist, like how I've like done jokes on a webcam, how I have fake tits. Typically, like feminists aren't into that. Like, and it's like it's just, I don't know. It just is what it is. Like, I don't like to work too hard. I got fake tits, like, and like it was an investment. So like
it is, yeah.
And like and that's where I find I lose the crowd. Like I have a joke where I'm like talking about like, like guys and like the differences between like men and females. And I'm like, but I'm not a feminist. And then like I watch every chick's face and East Austin fucking drop.
Oh, East Austin.
But it like turns into like, I talk about how like men, like, you guys get like 30 more cents on the dollar. And it's like because I say like men and women have different strengths. Yep. Like if I needed my tire changed, like I would call you, or if I needed to like move a big rock, like I would call you. But I'm like, yeah, some really executive level shit you guys got on us. Like, you guys really earned that fucking 30 cents. Like, the fuck? Yeah. So it's like, dude, a lot of chicks, like, just, they hate it.
They hate it, yeah. I think the funniest version of that is Bill Burr's when he's talking about, like, yeah, women shouldn't get the extra 30 cents. You know why? Because y'all are the first people to get off the fucking boat when the Titanic sank.
So true.
Yeah. Y'all, I just got to die now for 30 cents. It's not worth the goddamn 30 cents. Keep your 30 fucking cents.
Yeah. And then, like, I also say, like, you know, like, fucking switch it up. Like, I have a whole thing, like, I mean, yeah, it sucks, like, being a chick and making less money, but also, like, you can get away from, like if my boss fucks up, like I can just call him daddy and make him really uncomfortable, and there's like nothing that he can fucking do about it.
Yeah, very true.
You know, like oh, he's gonna call HR. Like, how's that gonna go? Like, he's gonna be like, Gina,
she call me daddy.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, fucking fire him. Yeah, like good. Poor you're gonna end up divorced.
Sorry.
Like,
why did she call you daddy then? Yeah. Like, oh shit, no, this is backfiring.
Exactly.
Ah, it's so bad.
And like, how many like teachers have fucked kids? Which like student athletes that talk about it. I mean, can't blame them.
Nope.
Do you remember any of those teachers' names?
Nope.
Exactly.
Nope.
But like,
I always single one. You know, but also what happens when maybe that's because when it comes in my brain, there's like, oh yeah, like a female teacher like has sex with a younger, like a senior or a sophomore student. You know, like they get caught in a relationship, and every single time I'm like,
good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah, he got a blowy.
Yeah, wait, whatever. What, he fucking opened his goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
And he screwed it up for the other 10 kids that probably could have got blowies. I'm sorry that I feel that way, but
isn't
I don't
it so
feel
fun
bad
to say
for him.
blowy too?
It's blowy. It's such a fun way to say it. And you can't like, and that's the hard part about it is you can't like, if you're gonna ask for a blowjob, you can't be like, hey, can I have a blowy?
Yeah, I mean, if you're acting right.
I guess so. Maybe it's like a fun, but it's just a weird way to say that.
Can I
you know?
get a blowy?
I don't know. I don't like asking.
I don't know. It's a weird way to say like, can you eat me out?
Yeah, that's
because I always say like, there's like, will you go down on me?
No, I did. Yeah. Woman, you just gotta go.
Hey, down there. Hey, have you seen that?
What's up?
You should talk to it.
Yeah, you said, hey, you seen this? You seen this lately? You want to keep looking at it? You better come down here and have some lunch.
No, but like the female thing. So I was telling the story the other day when I grew up, and this is when I say like I don't really claim Western Mass because it's like a fucking shithole. So we had a house that we all drank at. Like it was like one of those houses where it's like the mom's like a cool mom.
Okay.
And as long as you're in the house, it's okay. And she was going through a divorce. And so it was like one of our guy friends and
Stacy's mom has got
one of his friends fucked his mom during a party. Yeah. We were all there. Yeah. And like, can you imagine one of your friends?
Obvious? Was it like
they like both went to the bedroom and like went upstairs, and there was like probably like 25 people at the house, and we all knew, and like it was like one of his best friends, and like it's like such a like crazy story, but imagine if that was talking about a fucking dad fucking like a 16-year-old it would be a whole different story.
It would be completely
different.
I just thought about that. Yeah,
it would be like,
and the whole time I'm like, whatever it's, he's like, yeah, I mean, it sucks, you know?
Yeah, it would be a fucking monster.
It would be oh God.
It would be like, we would still be talking, that guy would be in fucking prison.
Yeah. They'd have chopped him up and put him in a little baggie. Yeah. And I'd have been like, good.
Yeah.
Dude deserves to be in a little baggie.
Piece of shit.
But the other one,
we're like,
the mom,
wow.
I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, that poor kid.
There's a song about rape like that.
There's
literally a song. Stacy's mom has got it going
We all knew it. And I think that's literally like my aunt took my like teenage cousins to go see Bowling for Soup or whoever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wrote that? It wasn't Bowling for Soup. Mom.
Oh, no, they didn't do Stacy's mom.
You go Bowling for Soup is a band.
This is not... Rob gets on to me all the time because I don't pay attention to Rick Springfield.
No.
Rick Springfield's like Jesse's girl. Oh, Jesse's girl.
Damn, bro.
Cool. Fun fact. Who? Fun fact. Rick Springfield.
Rick Springfield.
Cool. Just
I wish
random
that I had
fact.
Jesse's girl.
Who wrote Stacey's mom? You know what sucks is every time I try to pull it up, I just keep getting my Myers-Briggs. Because I did a Myers-Briggs test today. And I'm like, who wrote Stacey's mom? It's like, you're an INFJ. Get over it. And I'm like, I'm just trying to fucking find out who wrote Stacey's mom. For the love of God.
For the love of God. Don't you hate it? Like, you can't get it out of your head until it's like, until we find who is it?
Yeah. I don't know. All I know is
Jesus
I'm an INFJ.
Christ,
okay? And I'm going to keep saying it because that's one of the rarest personality types in the world, if you guys didn't know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm a
What are you?
Advocate in INFJ. I'm like a giver. I'm pretty much like.
I'm a giver.
I'm like the sweetest. I actually also do. You know what's scary? I do crisis counseling.
Really?
Yeah, I do crisis counseling online. Sometimes I'm just like fucking. I shouldn't
So
say.
you get counseling.
No, I'm the counselor.
Fountains of Wayne.
Fountains of Wayne. Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom.
Got it. No, I'm the counselor.
You're the counselor and you're counseling other people.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah. But isn't that
Maybe
scary that it's me?
No, not at all. I could see.
It's where I get all my best material.
Right. I think some of the best therapy is comedy. Looking at being able to take whatever fucked up shit happened to you. Listen, you're not going to fix it.
For
So the best
sure.
thing you can do is handle it, talk about it, and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And then fucking move on.
I
And
think
there's no
that's-
better way to do that for us.
I laugh at everything. It got me in trouble at my work because I worked in the fucking OR. And like I always had like my patients like would laugh with me because they were like the type of people that were on like their 7th spine surgery. And then I had some like patients that were like, they got to that point where they were like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to laugh about it. And like we could like fucking make jokes about it. And then like my bosses hated me because they were like, you're always laughing and you're always like being too lighthearted. And I'm like, the surgeon is fucking laughing with me. Like, I'm not going to, what do you want me to do?
Because you're laughing and it's too
because they like thought it
lighthearted?
as like I was being like not serious enough. And I was
Okay, I
like,
can see
no,
that.
I
I
was
can see
like,
that.
I was like, the surgery's getting done. I know all my shit. We're just having a good time about it. Cause like, what do you want us to fucking just be like sad about it and dramatic?
There's some people that just want this world to be in a shithole.
Yeah, it's
And they
so
see people that
bad.
are happy and they're like, I don't like that. I don't want that to
Yeah.
happen.
Oh my
and so I want to
God.
figure out how. I had my boss is like that. He's a miserable dude.
Yeah, fuck that guy. You know what I used
I
to
can
do?
bleep shit out.
I
I
had
can bleep shit out.
I had a shitty boss.
No, fuck him. I don't want to do it. Yeah.
And you know what I used to do to him while I worked there and also after? There's a site that you can use. I'm going to sound like a fucking sociopath, but I'm going to say this on air anyways.
Do it.
That you
live.
can set up. We're live? Where?
This is all live.
Where?
On Facebook.
No way.
Yeah, Facebook Live.
Okay, so there is a site and it's a free wake up call. It's called wakeupdialer.com. And you can like put in anybody's phone number. So I used to always set like 3 wake up calls to like, and it calls his number at like 3:45 in the morning.
Oh, that's
like
fantastic.
4:30 in the morning.
I'm so glad. I'm gonna have to get that number from you.
Yeah, and it's dope. It's just a website and you put in their number and like you can do like 3 a night. So I would just like fuck with them.
Oh, geez, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
a link on Facebook. I want to share it with my friends.
No, it's not live. It's coming in like a week. Well, it'll be like 2 weeks. I'm behind a little bit, but so let's talk about comedy. What's your
Yeah.
favorite joke that you wrote?
So
Give us that GINA HYENA hitter.
okay, so one of my favorite jokes that I wrote that hits lately is I talk about like I'm like a big advocate for plastic surgery. Like I've been doing Botox since I was 23. Like yeah, that's why I fucking still look kind of in my 20s. I don't know.
For sure.
Maybe. But like look,
21.
no wrinkles, right?
No
Never
wrinkles
seen-
at all.
None.
No.
So and like I have like fake tits and like I like might get like have you ever seen a fucking BBL? Like
What is a BBL?
they take all the fat from your hips and they put it in your ass. That's some RoboCop shit.
Hell
like that
yeah.
is like
I'm all
like,
about that noise.
like,
I might even get that done. Fuck.
right? Like that's like literally like, they're like we can take the bad stuff and put it where you would want it. Like
Yeah.
that's fucking sick. And so like I have a lot of guys
Where I
be
want it.
like, "Oh, I like
bet
I
it's
like
a
my
fat dick.
women
No.
like natural. Like I like women like natural and whatever the fuck."
Yeah.
And like my joke is like, "Dude, you guys like talk shit on aesthetic procedures, but you did it first. The very first thing you did when you fucking entered this world was you had an aesthetic procedure done on your dick."
See, but we didn't have that done. That was our parents. I wish they
Yeah,
hadn't
because
done
your
it.
mom probably looked at you and thought of a guy in high school that she fucked once and was like, gross, I don't want my son to be that guy. And your dad probably laughed at it. And they were like, we're not having our kid be that fucking kid. So the first thing you guys got
Like Crayola
was an
crayon.
aesthetic procedure.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, stay the fuck away from me. That's that's the punchline.
That's the punchline.
Yeah,
There it is.
so-
They're so weird. I remember seeing one for the first time. It was like in like football. Like we all have to get naked and get in the locker.
Yeah, there's
So at
always
one point,
that guy.
7th grade. Yeah, 7th grade. Everybody's like, all right, everybody. Coach was like, don't be weird about it. Just everybody get naked so you can just get it over with. Just everybody.
No, but we're all gonna touch each other.
Everybody
Just
look
get
and he's
naked.
everybody. Nobody's touching weenies. Don't touch weenies. Just get it out there. You know. Just get it out there, guys. And we're all like, okay. And we all take off our pants. And then like it's like, okay. Wow, good for you. And what is that thing?
Yeah, what is that?
It's so deformed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and it stinks. That's Ozzy. That surprises me. None. Not a single.
We just called him Ozzy.
Oh, the swamp man.
So I had like I always say like my purebred guys. Any purebred I ever like I've had like a like I dated a guy from France. Like he was.
Are you
French.
calling
those are purebreds? Yeah.
That's how you categorize your men. I've been with a few purebreds.
Yeah, like they got papers, dude. They got
papers. I'm a purebred. I'm a purebred Texan.
That's what I already had 2 of those, and I don't know. Yeah, y'all aren't that great. No, and so I had also a purebred Italian, and like not to like say like Italians are better than French people, but like anytime like I hooked up with a French dude, I always had to get antibiotics after.
Really?
Like for my throat. I'm a giver. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like it's fucking I don't know what the French word for schmegma is, but
I don't know what the English word for schmeglig is.
Schmegma? You're not schmeglet, not like a Pokemon.
I don't know what that is. That oh, that's the cute one that looks like a penguin. And you're like, go schmeglet.
Schmegma's like the gross shit. Like it's like, you know, it looks like an elephant. You have to like pull it back, and then
what looks like an elephant? First of all,
or like an anteater, like an uncircumcised dick looks like an anteater.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that much experience with dealing with uncircumcised.
You know, I didn't
weenies.
like fucking hit you, and when you got ready for football, like you know, I like that you keep looking at yourself. Should I look at this too? So, yeah, uncircumcised dicks have like it's like a.
I know
and you gotta pull it back, and then like all caught up in here.
Dirty Frenchman.
There's like there's just like almost like waxy shit.
No, don't you pull it back and clean it?
They should, but apparently, homeboy didn't.
Anyway.
Yeah, gross.
Megma.
Yeah, so that's why
Megmite.
Schmegma.
What'd you call it? Schmegma.
Schmegma.
About
It's like
cheese.
it's like the different layers of the world. There's like magma and schmegma.
Oh, okay. There's different layers. Anyway, that's why you should get it clipped.
Yep. But yeah, so one of my favorite
clipped.
jokes was talking about aesthetic procedures and how y'all got one before we did.
But besides that, that's like all guys. I mean, what else are you gonna do until they figure out how to make dicks bigger? I mean,
you can
and act like that becomes a thing, which I don't think that's a thing.
It is.
Yet.
It's called what is that called? A phalli. It's an augmentation for your phallus. Dr. Santucci in Austin can do it for you. So there's a doctor.
I don't want anybody cutting on my weenie.
I don't know. He
like
can
it's fine right now, but I don't.
Pistons in it.
Okay, if he can put pistons in it, he put like
Imagine
a little
you're the
vibrator.
guy with the pistons in your dick.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh, it's like listen.
Anytime that blonde girl comes around, we're gonna be like, she's with Dean.
Listen,
we're already gonna know.
It's already gonna be like she heard about old Piston Stanfield. old piston dick weenie Deanie. Piston dick weenie Deanie.
That would be.
That's a great porn name.
Yeah.
Piston Stanfield.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Piston weenie Deanie.
That's
Piston
a good one.
weenie Deanie.
What a name.
What a name.
Yeah.
It doesn't have one right now, but
but you just wait.
It's got a little bend to it, so it's different. You know, it kind of, you know, you get that kind of like.
You get that piston dick.
Yeah,
it'll be like guy. Girls would be like rabbit who, like the fuck.
Rabbit who? Listen.
Yeah.
He's hard to come by. He's really busy right now. But if you can get in a time block, Piston Deanie Weenie is. Piston Deanie Weenie.
You need an app. You would have to take like fucking reservations. You need the Resi app.
Listen, he's got a mullet. But if you can get past the mullet, just wait.
Just wait for
that
it.
Thing can fuck around
I think
corner.
you know, like girls are like just as creepy as guys. Like when there's like somebody
even creepier.
Oh, there's like
I got a whole bit on it right now because I just got into this Bumble world.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Weirdos.
Yes, weirdos. You get there.
Oh, I saw the boob picture you showed me. You had like crazy boob picture you showed me.
I know what you're talking about. I'm a good boy. I don't keep boob pictures.
That's what. Yeah.
Yes.
No, ladies should always send them because nobody ever shows their friends.
Nobody ever show. I didn't show you. It was an accident. I was just like, going through my phone.
I like when guys show me that because I'm like, what are girls doing? Because like somebody else showed me.
It was a crazy boob.
They had like
really nice
one
boobs.
chick woke up and she just sent one boob. Like she just sent like a one boob picture, and it had like a crazy.
Listen.
It had like
here's
a crazy.
The deal. I don't know why they send the full boob. You send me half a boob, and I'm gonna be fucking excited.
It also
send me
had like
one.
a
I'll imagine the
crazy
other.
filter on it, so it was just like this like misty nipple. Like it was just like it looked like it like
there's a
knew
little cloud
secrets.
that came by, and then there's a little unicorn pops out.
It was like glowing. You're like, is that the
or
ring?
it puts a dog face on it.
One ring rules us all. Around your fucking. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is that? But like, I honestly, it's weird. Like people, and this is like the whole issue. I've had like so much anxiety the whole like 2 days because people are like, oh, this girl's crazy and outgoing. I will never send nudes. I will never because like I'm loyal to somebody I don't even know yet.
Yeah.
Like I literally because like imagine you meet like this girl that you're like I'm gonna marry one day.
Yeah.
And then you realize that like 100 dudes have pictures of her naked.
Yeah, it'd be very disturbing.
Right?
I don't think
like,
anybody should
gross.
send nudes. I am not an advocate for nudes.
Yeah.
Every once in a while they'll send them, but like, no, I don't. Because listen, here's the deal. If a girls are like, oh, you want me to send you a nude? I'm like, no. How about this though?
Yeah.
Could you come over and I could see them?
I'll just look at them.
I'll just look at them and I'll appreciate them.
What a creepy thing to say.
I know. Why is that creepy?
But what if you were like, hey, come over and just let me look at it? That like I'd be like, what?
No.
Like that sounds like some like elementary
But that's
school
what you would be
shit.
doing
Like
if you sent a picture of your
yeah,
boobs.
that's true.
Then they're just gonna be like, look at these babies.
So all of a sudden they turn into like
Everybody
Dick Tracy or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Everybody talks like the 1920s in my head. It's a fucking
Do
nightmare.
you have an internal monologue?
I do.
Okay, I think
I don't think anybody talks about it.
I'm willing to bet every comedian does.
I bet so. I bet they're gonna find out here. They're doing all the studies of the brain and shit. I almost guarantee that. I would say 60% of comedians. I bet they have that weird whatever it is. There's gonna be a psychological disorder. They're gonna be able to say you're a comedian and like they have whatever that fucked up thing is in our heads.
Oh, like when do you write?
That was one of the questions. Good job, Gina.
Thanks.
So I write.
Thank you.
I write all the time. So
Okay.
like I'm like it's like it got to the point where it's like an addiction. I think prior to having now it's not because I've just sold out and I'm doing comedy now. So
Okay.
like I'm doing comedy for the next year and a half. And
Okay,
so,
and what were you writing before?
What was I? What?
Like when you said you were writing all the time.
So I would just I would wake up in the morning and I would do 10 minutes to wake myself up. So I would just write bullshit, and 90% of the time it's just bullshit.
Okay. Was
Like,
it ever
I
like
would do,
comedy or just like a thought in your head
Yeah,
or
thoughts
like
in my head, and I would try to make it funny. Like I would
Okay.
have a dream. Like as soon as I woke up, I'd be like, "Oh, this dream was crazy fun." Yeah, yada yada yada. Or I'd be like, I would pick a topic, and then like a couple mornings, I would just go and I'd write topics at the headline of the page every day. I'd be like, "My sister is in the Navy."
Okay.
And then the next page I'd go, I don't know, drinking wine and crying.
Okay.
Or like I'm gay in every way besides sucking dick, and then like go to the
That's
thing.
so funny.
And then I would go, and then the next morning I would go and I would write on that topic. And then I'd write on the next topic.
That's a really good
and I'd
idea.
write it's just something I liked. I've always loved writing. And
Okay.
so, but then it got to the point like I'd be working during the day and I'd think of something. I'd be like, oh, it's really funny. Oh, hold on. And I'd get on my ideal and I'd write a short little clip of what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
And then I'd go back and I'd try to write that as a joke.
Okay.
And then, and then I write, and when I like figure out a joke that's going to work, I freeform write it. And then I write to the side, I go, that's a tag. That's supposed to be the big punch. This is going to be another tag.
See, I need to start writing like that.
Yeah.
It's weird because like I wake up, like I just have like crazy anxiety. Like I only drink like decaf coffee. Like I would wake up, a lot of my bits were like waking up and it would just, the whole entire thing would be in my head. Like the start, the fucking middle, the tags, the punchlines, the whole entire fucking thing. It would just be like run through my head. And I'd be like, fuck. And it'd be like, I'd be having like, because most of my comedy is like ranting.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a rant or a story that would just fucking all come at once.
Wow.
And I would just write the whole thing down and it would be like 4 pages. And so it was just like, that's how I was writing for like most of my jokes. And actually most of my jokes that hit like are those ones that like I just like
pure...
woke up and I was just like anxious. I was like rushing to the hospital to like work or whatever. And I would just be driving and I would have the whole thing in my head. Wow. And I would either just like talk to myself in my phone and like have it and then write it down later. And then like the first couple times I ever got on stage, I had like those and I would write them like 7 times over before I got on stage. So I have like a notebook that has the same jokes written
I have that
over.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Just so like I would remember it as I was like.
Oh, you didn't make any changes or anything?
No,
so, like,
I just rewrite the same
one.
thing so I'd have like the whole 3 minutes in my head.
Yeah. That's
Like,
that's really
it's
impressive.
weird.
Yeah. Well, no. So
It's weird.
I think there's something about like if I'm gonna fully memorize a joke, I've got to write it down 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Like I have to freeform write it so that I can physically remember it. But I'm really bad about trying to pump a joke.
Okay.
So I'll have like a good 3-minute joke.
Okay.
But I want to make it a 5-minute joke because I want.
Oh, okay, got you.
A 10-minute set coming up at a show or a 20-minute set coming up at a show. Then I need to fill 20 minutes, and I don't want to do old material. I want to do new material.
Yep.
So I can take this banger joke that I've got, and I can make it like the coming on my girlfriend one.
Yeah.
I tried my best to make it a 5-minute joke, like trying to put
And it just
different
didn't.
stuff. And it just didn't work. So I dropped it back down to the 2-minute joke, and it kills. At 2 minutes, but it just.
It's crazy how like a lot of people like are just like, oh, they just think it's somebody getting up there and like doing whatever. And you're like, no, this is like a
douchebags like Spencer who just get up on stage and are like, anyway, so let
me just make jokes about people I know.
Pisses me off. He's like, I talked to him the first time. He does right. He does right.
He does right.
He does right. He says that he doesn't. But
I think Kevin's really good at just getting up and just being a doofus, and he's so funny.
They're funny people. You want to laugh at them.
Yep.
They have whatever that quality is, especially Kevin.
Yep.
That whatever he's saying, as long as it's moderately
hilarious.
funny, it'll kill.
Yep.
Yeah. He just got to spend a little time. But like I see guys like him and Spencer. I'm like, dude, if you would take the time to write,
oh, you'd crush it.
Holy shit, they would be crushing it. Crushing it.
Yeah,
but
the ones because you can tell which one Spencer has written.
You can, and the ones that he spent time
calling
on,
you out, Spencer.
Oh, I'll call him out all the fucking time.
we can totally
tell. My new shirt. I've got some new merch, and it's I got 2 shirts, 3 shirts actually. One of them's a fishing shirt, and it's just got a caricature of me on the back, and he's fishing.
No
and
way.
Yeah, I'll get you one.
Okay,
and then,
perfect.
And then there's another one that's it's just a regular T-shirt with a pouch on it. And it's got my logo on it, and then on the back.
What's your
Mullet and
logo?
Croc Guy. It's just a picture of me that my cousin drew, a little circle, and it's got me, and it's got a mullet, and the guy's got like there's fishing poles in the back.
I love it. Because I was so like, what I loved about like finding all of this was like how everybody we're so lucky that all of us have different comedy. Everybody is different, and it's like awesome because like it's like you can 100% like support people, and it doesn't like nobody's stepping on anybody's toes.
Yeah,
and it's just like I also just like seeing the way different people think and behave. So it's like so interesting to me to meet like a bunch of different characters, and they're like everybody is such a character. Like they're all on like 100. Like they are got their personality like turned up.
Yeah.
And so I love the fact that like if you make t-shirts, like 1000% I'm gonna wear it, and I'm gonna like you know what I mean, like I'm gonna like
each other. I thought about it. I'm like, we're not big enough technically, but I just started doing, like, I did a USO show. And so I'm gonna start traveling, and I've got a couple gigs that are booked. Then I'm gonna be going out of town and out of state. And so officially I was like why not go
fuck it.
so that if I do a show in Oklahoma, and somebody could wear that shirt, and then it's not even for the money. It's so that I've got my Instagram.
Somebody knows.
Mullet and Croc Guy on the deal.
That's how. Did you see my logo? Did you see my new logo?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
So and I did the same thing. I was like, I just put my IG on it because I was like, if somebody wants to find me,
get a shit ton of stickers and go stick them up on
everywhere. Yeah.
Just for even if 10 people are sitting in line at Roosevelt's, go stick them at the fucking the sticker wall at Roosevelt's. They'll be like, what is that? Oh. GINA HYENA. Oh, that's comedy. Oh, that's really cool. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's super neat. And so where was I? I got one. So it's just a plain black shirt, and it's got my logo on it right there, and it says Spencer Cavins is a piece of shit on the back. I'm so happy. Isn't that great?
So good.
How many people would buy that and wear it?
So like, good.
Even if you come to a show and Spencer and I, because Spencer and I do a lot of shows together, and like we've kind of built a for sure. I don't know. Break the fourth wall. Anyway, Spencer Cavins is a piece of shit, and I believe that with my full heart, and so I want as many people to know it as I can.
That is so funny.
Putting it on the back.
Because it's also in a way sort of co-promoting him too, which is really cute. Yeah. That's adorable.
I'm not doing it for that because I think he's a piece of shit.
Totally adorable.
No, we got like a
reading into it. It's really cute.
It's so much fun. Like I love our little group. I'm adding myself into y'all's group. I know, not.
No, I was talking about my favorite like sketch, not to like fucking like. But is the one where I like made them into a boy band.
Yes, that one's
hilarious.
And
I was
if
like,
you haven't seen it on Instagram, go to GINA the Hyena's Instagram handle. We'll put it up here.
Eggs and hot sauce.
Eggs and hot sauce. And there, it's probably about 10 to 11 videos prior.
Yeah.
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 But it's gold. It's actually gold.
It's the comedy cuties. So I literally I was like, first of all, they're all adorable. But I was writing a second one, and I want it to be because how like Spencer got like kicked out of the group.
Yeah.
That how he like went off with you, and you and him are like a Brooks and Dunn type of shit. And like where he like what happened, and how like all the boys like are trying to like fill like the front spot, and like I'm making them dance and shit, and they're just like, it's not the same without Spencer here. But like then it cuts off to you and him like doing like country shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, yeah, because like Dean's in. You're part of the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all invited me, so I've always been kind of on the outside, like
because we're the cutest, aren't we?
Y'all the cutest. Yeah,
aren't we like the cutest group in Austin of comedians?
Oh my god! And there's
We're
you got all these
adorable.
little puppy dogs following you around.
I know.
And
Spencer thinks it's his group.
so that's another funny thing, is I've had Mendetti on here, I've had Miles on here. For like 6 months, we knew you guys as Spencer's group.
Fuck you guys.
Everyone did. It was like,
Why?
hey, call Spencer's group. Oh, do you think Spencer's group's going to be at this mic? Or what is Spencer's group doing this weekend? Like, y'all were known as Spencer's group.
It should
He's
be
the
GINA
loudest.
Hyena's group.
Yeah, well, you
but
weren't the loudest.
You guys are also like this guy's a piece of shit because like he commands attention. But then you guys all like do this like gay for him shit where you're like, oh, is Spencer coming? Is he gonna be here?
No, the only reason we would do that is because we want to make sure that we prepare ourselves, put some shades on our eyes.
Yeah,
so we don't have to look at that look at his nuts, because they're gonna be out. His nuts are gonna be out.
It's true.
If you go out for a night, I told him, we went to this comedy show. We did a USO show, right? And so
see, you're doing it right now. You're making this about Spencer.
Oh my god, he's got that way of just fucking getting in there.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, I want to make it 24 hours about seeing your nuts. And he was
wait,
not gonna happen.
Talk about the USO show because I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
And I'm also a little upset I didn't get invited because I have a thing for broken men, and there's a lot of veterans there. So.
They're not veterans; they're active duty.
Yeah, even better. Those boys are still getting checks. And they need somebody
So,
to send them
ooh,
to.
girl,
they
you
can't
should've
spend that
come.
money overseas.
No,
They can't spend that money
they can't
overseas.
do that. Where are they gonna buy a goat?
There's
nothing
oh
over
my
there.
god, there's a new artist did a collaboration with Fendi, and I like could have.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who either one of those people are.
Yeah, that's why you're you, and that's why I'm me.
So, me and Spencer did a USO show. It was for 350 active duty Army, National Guard, Army guys that are going to Afghanistan.
Yeah, I'm wet. Okay.
And we had a blast. Everybody, I mean, the soldiers loved it. They loved Spencer.
Barrel-chested
They loved
freedom
me.
fighters.
Oh man, just fucking. They did every one of them. The finger up my butt bit did really well. They never saw it coming. And then the old lady gave me a blowjob.
Yeah. Wait, what's that one?
You never heard that one?
Yeah, no.
That's like my best joke. It's like
really?
It's like second or third.
I feel
up
like
on top.
me and you haven't heard a lot of each other's jokes.
I don't think so either. Well, you started coming around like right at the end of the ROMO room.
Yep.
Like right before the crash. I'd seen you at a few open mics. Y'all did a lot of southern mics, or a lot of southern mics.
Like downtown?
Like downtown shit.
Yeah.
And I lived in Florence. So it was like an hour and a half drive just to get to the
you guys
halfway
got the
mark.
scene up there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And all that crazy Florence scene, you know? There's 5 drunk
Yeah, fuck us.
meth
We're doing
heads,
mics
yeah.
downtown.
No, yeah, I wasn't. It's too far of a drive for me. And so, yeah, I don't even know if I want to.
Oh, that's great that you have me on the show.
Young and what?
It's just funny that you have me on the show and you don't know any of my sets. So, like,
Right?
for all you know, I could be telling knock jokes and, like, be really fucking
because
shitty.
I've heard you. I think like we've been friends for about 3 months now, and it just happened to be during the coronavirus. But I've been to probably 10 to 11 of your sets.
Got you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Between the ROMO room, between Colleen, between Cup of Joe's.
Fucking Colleen. I've never been to Cup of Joe's.
Oh no, because it's just been the Harker Heights one, and you went to Tramps a few times. I saw you at Tramps a couple times. So I've seen you.
Oh my god, I've only
eaten
eaten shit at Tramps because y'all are quiet as fuck. That room is so depressing.
Does well. Nobody does well at Tramps. I said a very offensive joke at Tramps because my friend told me I didn't have the balls to do it, and I was like, "Fuck it." I'm not saying that French pussy is the reason we won World War II, but I will say it's the last time we won a war.
That's shit on French people. This whole podcast
murdered. It murdered.
Really?
It did so. Like I was sitting there. I was like, really?
Fuck.
Y'all gonna laugh
You're
at
like,
that shit?
This is what works, and like none of them are probably even like been to war.
No, they were all military.
Oh, really?
There was like a shit ton of military in there, and I was like, I really don't have a military joke. Oh wait, I thought I won a couple weeks ago, and I said that one.
No way.
They loved it. They were great about it. So anyway,
That's fucking hilarious.
so tell me, what are your favorite
You're great at
comedians?
this.
I know, right? Fucking, I'm supposed to be a great interviewer.
Okay, so
great parties. I can cut shit out.
It's so funny because I really like modern,
Tell me, holler at me.
like Bill Burr,
Top three.
Chappelle.
If you only had 3,
Okay, I know. So because
Bill Burr, Chappelle, wasted 2. Who's the third one?
I'm gonna use one of my old school ones,
Okay.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield.
I fucking
okay.
love.
Yeah, holds up.
Like literally, like
Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce is one of my favorite. He's in my
everybody
top 10.
like in New York nude me.
Nude me, yeah.
That's how we talk in New York. We're just really educated. No, they all done know me from loving Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Like I love the Rodney Dangerfield and the Philly Fanatic. And it was before I didn't do comedy in New York. I'm a fucking asshole.
Philly the Fanatic. That's the big nose thing, right?
Yeah, the big old green thing that looks like a Muppet because I'm just a fucking giant child. I don't even really like the Phillies. I just like the Philly Fanatic because he's just such a like doofus. He's a little
always
bad
out
boy.
there.
Yeah,
He's a little bad boy. He's just a little silly bad boy.
Yeah, he's doing bad stuff all the time.
He's just being naughty.
Yeah.
You like it because he's naughty.
Yeah, he's naughty. He's always like he flashes the crowd and shit. But no, I love Rodney Dangerfield. I don't know, something about like just the way he talks, like just like the no respect thing. It just kills me. I don't know what it is. His whole character, and that's what I was telling one of my friends from New York because they were like, "You're in your 30s." They're like, a lot of people like just need to realize like they're where they're at, you know. Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm working on comedy. And he was like, you know what? You actually like got something with that because like Rodney Dangerfield got discovered when he was like 40. He was in his 40s when he got discovered.
That doesn't surprise me. The way that he talks, the way that he does stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like he didn't start young.
That's why I don't know. I sold out and just decided to start doing comedy because I'm only a year and a half in, but like I don't know, like you got to do it sometime, you know? And I don't want to trudge along for the next 6 or 7. I am. It's been a saving grace for me.
For real.
It really has. I always knew that I wanted to do it, but I never knew that it was possible, you know?
Okay, same.
And anybody that's out there, Gina, tell the people, if you're out there and you think that you think I want to do it, I kind of want to do it, but I don't know what.
I literally have like 3 friends that I'm like, just get on a fucking mic. Just do it.
If you go on Facebook, look up your area, look up open mics, find it, go to those bars.
Just don't try to get any shows.
Unless you're in Austin, Texas, and fucking stay at home because I need the stage time.
Yeah, because we got like 3 shows we're all fighting for, and one's at like a fucking pizza place, so don't fucking go.
But I mean, we're doing a lot better about private shows and stuff. Like I've done 3 private shows.
What's going on with the fucking birthday thing?
That one, the coronavirus shut us down. The guy called and was like, "Hey man, look, everybody's kind of worried about it, so we're just gonna book it.
Like, we'll
probably do it next week."
Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
because I was stoked about that.
A gay birthday party.
Oh,
super soft birthday party.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna get all dolled up.
Colton Dowling. Look at this lineup.
Colton
Check this lineup out.
Hilarious.
GINA HYENA. She was gonna be hosting. Have you heard her?
She's gonna be hosting.
She's gonna be hosting.
We're gonna manifest something's gonna happen.
And then that fucking piece of shit Spencer Cavins is going to be there. Gross.
And we're letting him.
We're going to let him. We're going to let him. We don't have a choice.
Because honestly, we're just going to like throw him to the wolves because they're going to be like, he's obviously either bi or like trying to be in a boy band. So
yeah, either one of those. Both.
He's
going to
be easy to turn.
He's going to be way easy to turn.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be like to the wolves. That's the feast we're going to give them.
Yes.
We're just be like, hey guys,
this is what we brought for you.
These will be our little eye candy. Yeah. And so then we've got Colton Dowling is headlining.
Hilarious.
Dave J.
Hilarious.
And Dean motherfucking Stanfield.
I know that guy. That guy's great.
That guy loves fingers up his butt.
That guy has a blowjob joke that we were trying to get at, and we're both comedians, so we've been interrupting each other. So
yeah, that's true. Do you want to do that one? Okay,
yeah,
cool. So the difference between younger women and older women is pretty significant, and the main reason is that young women aren't capitalizing on the one thing they should be capitalizing on.
Blowies?
Blowjobs.
Yeah.
Right? So a younger woman, she'll ask you like, hey, can you take me to the ballet? And I'll be like, oh, I don't know. How about this? How about we go to Whataburger? We'll go to the bar. We'll go to Whataburger, and then maybe I catch a Hummer on the way home. And younger women, they're always like,
catch a Hummer.
And it's like just trying to be like as misogynistic as shitty as I can.
I love it.
And so, but younger women, honestly, they'll be like, okay, that sounds good. Older women, it's not like that. No. Older women, they know how to do it. They'll wait till like halfway through a blowjob, and you'll be like sitting on a couch, and she's giving you head, and she's like, sounds like a washing machine, doesn't it? Like it should. And then she'll pull it out, and she'll go. You want to take me to the ballet? And I'm sitting back like I got Lou Gehrig's disease. I'm like, yeah, the ballet sounds fucking great.
Oh my God. I can see how that killed at the USO show.
Oh, they lost it.
Oh my God.
Lost their motherfucking
There's physical
minds.
comedy in that. That's a fucking good
Shaking
one.
like a car in bad gas. Or,
oh my God.
Or like I got Lou Gehrig's disease. I'm like, because that's, I mean, if you think about it, another one, I added to that one. Which I don't know, no one's made this association, but like the association between like a blowjob and like if you, I'm sure you like. No. It's like they're trying to suck your belly button through your penis, and so
that's hilarious.
They do this like all guys do this thing like when you come, you're like like that, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like picks up your legs and like sucks your belly button in. It's like the weirdest thing in the world.
So okay, I was saying this the other day. I don't know why I'm turning this into a sexual podcast, but I was saying
it's already gone there. Like fucking, we'll just do it. Sorry, Mom, Grandma. Super sorry about this.
I like to keep going after. Because it's like, and then I know what it looks like to like get you like fucking electrocuted.
Because you like torture.
Yeah,
like, no, it's the worst thing in the world.
I have your fucking like life in my fucking.
You do every time.
Yeah, and they're like freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, you're not that tough now, are you?
No,
like,
there's no way you're coming back from
10
that.
seconds, like I'm like I win. Not like a psycho at all.
We know that you do it, ladies. We know that you do it.
I win. Yeah.
Fucking quit doing it because because you're like a big and bad, like, oh yeah,
like you're talking a lot of shit.
And then after that, you're like,
all of a sudden you're like, please stop. Like,
hey, listen, back there, that wasn't really me. That was.
I don't know who that was. That was Piston Stanfield.
Listen, Piston Stanfield's not doing anything. Piston Stanfield's going like this. Keep going, baby. Piston Stanfield's gonna have his button with reserves in the back. Oh, you want to do this? It'll keep coming.
Fuck, Piston Stanfield. Yeah, he's gonna make it. It's gonna be like a fucking machine gun. It'll be like a super soaker. Like, oh, you want to keep coming? I'll keep coming too.
I'll keep coming too. Listen, baby.
You're gonna fill up.
Look, I've got strawberry filled back here. Watch this. Clack. One piston's full of pineapple, the other piston's full of strawberry. You fucking with?
Fuck. Fucking Piston Stanfield.
Piston Stanfield.
That's what a name. So yeah, no, comedy though.
Comedy.
How you didn't know
Let's talk about it.
Like an option. I literally, I didn't realize, I was watching stand up since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I loved stand up. Like everything that was on my TV anytime you came over, it was either old ass music videos or stand up. I was always loved Kids in the Hall. I loved the old SNL. My dad brought me to see the Kings of Comedy.
What?
When I was 14, 15.
Yeah?
Brought me to go see it in the movie theaters. And I didn't realize, I'm oh, my dad loves it too. My dad loves stand up and shit like that. But I don't think how much he knows what a big fan he is of comedy. We would watch the Chappelle Show together. Oh, man. When I was 12, 13.
Days. Yeah, what are the
we would always watch he brought me to go see Team America World Police. My dad was a fucking G about it. When I was a kid, he was bring all that shit. And then I was oh my God, I love this shit. And all of my best friends are either they're always fitness trainers, or they're have their own companies, or they have their thing. I have a couple friends that work on for Sirius Radio. I'm they all have their thing. And I was what's my thing? And they're
what's your niche?
You're always talking shit. I'm just I'm from the East Coast. I grew up outside of Boston, formative years in New York City. I'm just an asshole.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. And even when I was younger, everybody was Gina's not a bitch. She's an asshole. She's just always, she's just always talking shit. And
busting balls.
Always. And they're and my friends are always you're the person I always laugh around that doesn't judge me. They're I always laugh when I'm with you.
Because that's the difference. If you're a bitch, you're pointing out bad qualities in people.
Yep.
And making fun of them, or for no reason.
Yeah.
You know? But if you're an asshole, you're funny. And
I would
you do
always play poker and bust balls. I loved even playing poker in college and shit like that. I loved playing fucking poker.
I've been trying to get Spencer to get a poker game together. A group of comedians doing poker together. Fucking throw a podcast into that.
So I was always doing that. And then I remember, I moved here, and it's so stupid. So I had a lot of friends in New York that were comedians too, because one of my friends was a host on Raw Dog. So he was third mic on the Bennington show. So nice. I was just and I would hang out with comedians, and they would be Gina, you should try it. And I was I just never even thought of it. And they were no, you you break balls with us. It's us hanging out. So I was and I moved to Texas. I moved here not knowing anybody. And I was okay, I can only go to the gym so many times a day.
Yeah.
I don't know like anybody. I work alone.
Well, when you have
like,
5 gyms, you can go to
so many,
6 or 7.
so
6,
many.
7
But like,
day,
I only got so much energy. So I was just like, all right, I want to go out at night. Like dating was just getting super annoying.
Oh, for sure.
So then I remember one day I was watching the Joan Rivers documentary, and I fucking love Joan Rivers.
Yeah,
and
she's an OG.
I was like, shit. I was like, I want to be, because I remember like 5 years ago, I said out loud one day, I was like, how do I get to be Betty White when I'm like 60?
Oh,
I was
there's
like,
the dream.
I was
there's
like,
the
she's
dream.
like having so much fun.
Yes.
Like, how do you get to be that old lady in the movies, like having fun? Then
Dude,
I was
if
like,
she had a sign-up list of just young dudes to drive her around and make her laugh, and take her to dinner and stuff, I would be on that list.
And I just remember I watched like the Joan Rivers documentary, and I was like, fuck, I like love her so much, and I was like, I would love to do that. And like a month or two later, I was like, fuck it. And I had like one of those rants in my head and whatever. And I went to the Volstead mic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Volstead.
And and it was like my first time. I remember I was like shaking. I saw SB and I was like, hey, it's my first, like, what do I do? I was like an hour early. Yeah. I was just like super nervous, and it went well.
Everybody said, so that's something, one of the questions I asked. So this is what podcast, obviously I bring on comedians and I ask them about comedy. We talk about comedy.
Yeah.
And kind of just so that the people of Austin can, if they want to know, where can you find comedians, give them a place where you can find them, but then you get to you can, like you see a comic at a show, and you're like, oh, I want to know more about that person. You can look them up and, kind of learn about them, where they came from and what their favorite stuff is. And so one of the things that we talk about is, how did your first show go? And every single person but Spencer has said their first show went great, or their first mic went great.
I had people come up to me after.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
It's so weird. Like you would think, but then, so let me ask your second one. Probably tanked. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mostly everybody else, it's like, oh, my second one, I didn't want to do comedy everywhere.
I've tanked like hard 3 times. One was in Colleen. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck that you guys saw that.
Yeah.
Everybody I was like, that was all y'all. Like y'all were there. I've like tanked at what's the one with the like it has the karate kicking dude in the background?
Kick butt.
Oh, because I wrote like a whole set on like being Italian and how like people when you're like I like a lot of people allegedly in my family that would gamble or like be around gamblers a lot. Yeah. And like they always like when people owe you money from gambling debt, it's like a certain type of character, and I had a whole set on that, and then I was like, this isn't relatable at all. Like, I was like, nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I was like, their kids always have crooked teeth because they can't buy braces, like shit like that. Like, and I was like, nobody has any fucking clue.
No.
What I'm talking about.
There's no gambling in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you're going to do it on the internet. But
yeah. And even like, I'm like, gambling, like, how'd you get addicted to that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, cigarettes, I get it. It's like a physical thing. Like, I was like, how did you get addicted to gambling? Like, that's so
like,
fucking...
you don't know how that happens? Have you ever been on a craps table? Jesus, if I lived within 5 hours of a craps table, I would be addicted like a I can't stay away from them.
Oh my God. You know what? Like one of us, so I always like talk about, I'm like I always tell the boys too, I'm like, yo, I'm like turning 34 soon. Like at this point, like I've given up. I'm like I'm the most loyal chick and it doesn't pay off. I'm like, I might as well just marry for money just to hook up my friends. Because I'm like, you know how fun it would be to like all of us go on a Vegas vacation?
Oh, geez. I've been trying to get Spencer to do that forever.
Ozzy with the camera.
Oh, yeah. Like, just the weird little camera guy.
Yeah.
That's the only way we could bring him. Because people will be like, whoa, what's that? He's our camera guy.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
They'll be like, oh, okay, I get it.
He'll wear a mask if you want him to.
Yeah.
I know they have hookers in Vegas, so you totally can.
It'd be Ozzy's fucking... Dude, I slept with a 4. Oh, dude, you'd never believe it, bro. She told me she loved me, man. Oh.
Ozzy would be the one to marry a hooker.
Right. She's going to her day job, bro. Dude, it's 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
That corner starts at 10.
That
corner starts at 10. She got to get out there early.
But yeah, that's why I'm just like, oh my God, because I just like, I mean, I'm obsessed with us. I think we're a great group. That night that we all went out.
Oh, man. Oh,
that night we all went out and we were like walking through my hallway. I was just like, because I had that dude with me. I was like, I didn't know. I was like, there was no way I could prepare you for this. Like I was like,
telling him?
Like, I was like, there was nothing.
You can tell he just like came. He just walked. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about the guy. The
dude was
cool.
super like.
It was super cool.
For a situation for like a guy I had just met a week before, I was like, come see me drunk with 6 different guys. And then they're all gonna come back to my apartment and have these huge personalities.
Yeah.
Imagine meeting a chick, and then fucking like third time you ever hang out with her, she's like, okay, 6 dudes are coming to my apartment now. And
Oh yeah, right. I'd be like, all right, let's get weird. Yeah,
like-
I don't know what to expect.
And then like all of y'all are just like such different characters. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, I'm like, it's a good.
There's
group.
no way we cannot. If we did a sitcom, it would blow
Kill.
up. It would kill. It would
It'd kill.
Just because of the differences of the people that we are. You know.
And like the super.
You got a
cute
mullet.
chick.
You got a Spencer is a like that weird Italian from California. You got an Italian from New York, and you got Minetti, like
Yeah.
Big Dick Minetti, and then you got Miles Johnson.
Miles Johnson.
Just the sweetest little sweetie
Crushing
pie that's
it.
ever been.
Fucking
alive.
Tyler is like Tyler's got some killer sets. Have you ever Tyler Szynski?
Oh, Szynski. The Szynski.
His like he has
People
some
are sleeping
jokes
on him. People are sleeping on him.
so hard.
He does not give himself. First of all, he doesn't give himself enough credit.
No, like I literally he stressed me out.
I tried to book him on a show, and he was like, "Dude, why?"
He stressed me out.
I was like, "Bro, I literally almost peed and shit my pants when you
Tyler-
told me the ant. I'm gonna have him on here. When he did that the roach story.
the roach is so the roach
Oh,
one.
dude.
The roach one is so
I was
good.
fucking crying.
The roach one is so good, and the way he delivers it, and like it's just so fucking good. And then he had that one about the MAGA hat in Pornhub,
Yes.
and I was just like he did that one, and I was like, fuck. I was like, because there's times that like I watch like certain comedians, like Andrew Schultz is killing it right now.
Yeah.
And I watch it and I appreciate like the whole like for what it is, but it literally stresses me out. Like I'm like, this is hilarious. I'm not that good. Like it's like I have this like ambivalent feeling where I'm like, this is hilarious. Fuck, I'm not that good at all.
Yeah.
And like I did that with Tyler. Like
Yeah.
Tyler sat and clean. He did 2 jokes that I was
Him and Dave
fuck.
J, I think, are the 2 most slept on comedians
Yep.
in Austin right now.
Yep.
I mean, maybe not the only ones, but he's
Tyler's fucking good.
yeah, and he's not doing shows. He's not booking shows. There's people that are booking shows right now, and I'm like, I cannot believe that Szynski's not
There's
on this
people
right now.
on-
And then you are. There's like a lineup here that sucks dick.
yeah.
And there's good comedians like Cavens and fucking and Szynski
And like GINA HYENA.
and GINA HYENA and Miles. Like we've got a good group of people. Things are coming up. Things are looking good. But Gina, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Yeah.
I've had a blast. And
Super big blast is empty.
glasses, we'll just cheers the glasses. Thank you for coming on. Go ahead and plug it. Show us where we can find you at on Facebook,
Oh,
Instagram.
Yeah. I could have talked for another hour.
YouTube.
I have Instagram.com. It's eggs and hot sauce. It's eggs, the letter N, hot sauce.
Right there.
It's gonna be like magically there.
It is.
That's the only. I mean, I think I have a Snapchat. I do have a Snapchat.
Okay.
It's GINA HYENA ATX.
Giving out that Snapchat.
Yeah. So
huh?
I used to only have it for my side gig, and I like stopped doing that. So now it's like I forgot I have Snapchat, so I might as well like use it and like.
For your
like,
comedy
other-
fans.
Yeah.
So they
fuck
can
it.
see, what you're doing and
And then, yeah,
and
like
where
if you
you're
look
at.
at all my best friends on Snapchat, it's a bunch of like creepy dudes. So, like
Well, let's add a couple more creepy dudes. The canners.
Yeah.
What would you call my fan base?
I guess the canners. You just did it.
Yeah, the canners. Yeah,
the
because it's packing a
Pistons.
can. I don't know. The Pistons. Oh, the Pistons. That'll be if I do. Oh.
Yes.
And then when people are like, why do they call them the Pistons? Like, well, here you go.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, yeah. You got to go watch episode 10 of Packing a Can with Dean Stanfield. Anyway, that's been it. Thank you so much, folks, for tuning in. This has been GINA HYENA. You can catch her any open mic in Austin and a bunch of shows coming up. As soon as the coronavirus clears out, Gina, put your guns up. We're going to send them off. Ready? Pow, 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 pow.
We did it.
We did it. Thank you so much, Gina. That was amazing. I wish we could have gone for